Hello, 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 my loves. I know I haven't given you any notice that I was popping on live again, but here we are. I was super inspired after a meeting I had this morning. So let me just kind of give you like a teeny bit of background, and then we're going to dive right in about how to plan for 2022. So for the last, I want to say 6 years, I've been in a peer led mastermind, and each of us kind of brings a different skill set to the table. And we decided that our last meeting of the year is going to be next week. And what did we want to do with that? And we decided we were going to do some visioning work and planning for 2022. And it was sort of like, well, do we this, do we that, whatever. I said, you guys just want me to lead it? And they said, sure. And this is totally like my jam, completely up my alley. Because I really love blending that intentional and visionary work with strategy and structure and like the doing of it. Because I think that sometimes we end up in one place or the other where we try to like think our way through our dreams, which is like, not the most effective. Or we just get into this place where we're like, oh, if I just meditate or pray hard enough, then these things are going to arrive for me. And really, the way things happen is when those two things come together, where we're able to mix soul and strategy. So this is what I would like to share with you. I sat down after the call, came together with an outline of the workshop I'm going to lead for us next week. And I looked at it and I thought, oh shit, okay, perfect. This is going to work for more than just us, and I thought I wanted to come in and share it with all of you. Now, if you're somebody who is running your own business, spiritual or otherwise, this is probably going to be a little bit more applicable. However, if you're someone who is doing anything really in life, but you're having a lot of goal setting, feel free to kind of massage this a little bit so that instead of it maybe being financial goals, maybe it has to do with other creative endeavors or different ways of expressing yourself. My screen has just gone black. Hopefully I'm still here. Oh my gosh. Come back, computer. Just 1 second. I'm so sorry. Okay, perfect. We're still here. Awesome. And now, of course, because I never trust Facebook to actually do things, I do want to make sure that I haven't missed out on any comments so that if anything has come through, then, and it looks like nothing has, then yeah, so I will be keeping an eye on that. And of course, if you catch this later on, this is absolutely 100% applicable. And you can really do this any time of year, but we're focusing, because it's the end of December, we're going to focus on New Year planning. So, okay. So the first part is to actually begin at the end. So I want you to take a moment, and you can take as little or as long with this as you need, to just kind of drop into the heart and imagine yourself at the end of 2022. How does it feel? And assuming everything has gone according to plan, which I know is like hard to believe at this point with the way the pandemic has shown us life has gone, but imagine everything has gone according to plan. How does that feel? And what did you need support-wise in order to get there? So you've ticked all the boxes, you've made your dreams come true. How did that happen? How did it feel? And what supports did you have to actually get there? This is not the strategy and the planning. This is just like, what do I need to help me get to the other end of next year of your dreams? And then the second part is to think about what your big number goal is. And again, if you're not an entrepreneur, maybe it's not about money, or maybe it is, who knows? But we want to think about, first of all, what your goal is for next year. And then you want to break that number down by your services or your offerings, or in the case of somebody else, it might be a side hustle or selling things that you own or whatever it is. Assuming you're working with money, I'll just stick with this, and you guys, massage it accordingly. What's your big picture goal? And then if you break that down, like how does that break down by offering? Okay, so then we think about our quarters of the year. And so what is going to happen in each of those quarters? And I mean that by like our big milestones. So if you have a launch that's happening, if you have a program that you run regularly, if you have an event or different things that you have that you're kind of focusing on, like your big, it's not always necessarily like a financial contributor, but it often is something launch related. So what's that big activity that you have? One for each quarter. So 4 maximum for the whole year. Because if we try to commit to more than 4 big things, we're just really setting ourselves up for, so we're not going to go there. So what are the big things that are happening in each quarter? And then what needs to happen to make each of those big things happen? And you can just jot this down and, of course, come back to it later, because I am sort of like brain dumping on something that's going to take like at least an hour to actually lead. So I'm just planting some seeds for you to do. So what are the big activities that are going to happen each quarter? Now, what do you need to make those things happen? And then how do those big picture activities align to your big number goal? So if you think about the activities that break down, or the offerings that are going to break down your big picture goal into, let's say, 4 different things, well, those 4 different things are probably going to be the major activities or launches you're going to have for each quarter. And we just really want to have that awareness of like what the projected money is and like where it's coming from, so that we know where to invest our time and our energy. And then the next big question, and this is still all big picture planning, right? This isn't like the granular stuff. You'll want to do this in a granular way going forward. But the last thing to factor in is, what do you need to let go of in order to make these things happen? What do you need to let go of? Because oftentimes we go to this place where we're trying to manifest, and we're trying to we're doing rituals and spells, and we're trying to call these things in, but we haven't actually made space in our lives for them to arrive. So what do you need to let go of? And then what are you actively calling into its place? And that might be things contributing to these launches that you're going to have, or it might be like supports you're going to have, or different modes of self-care, or different things that are just going to fill your cup so that you can sustain these big magical dreams that are going to come together to help you meet your big picture goal. So super quick recap in case you're catching this later. 1, you're going to start at the end of 2022, tuning into the energy, assuming everything has gone according to plan, you've reached all your goals. How does it feel? And what support did you need to get there? And then the second part was, what is the big number goal? And then what are the key things that are going to help make that money goal happen? The third part was what's going to happen to each quarter, and then what needs to happen to make those activities happen. And those can just be bullets. And then how does this align to and map onto your big picture goal? So you want to know, like dollar-wise, how this is going to contribute to your vision for the year. And then lastly, what do you need to let go of, and what are you actively calling in its place? If you go through this process, I would absolutely love to know how it went. So please leave a comment and let me know. I am super, super excited for you. I do lots of different reflective practices at the end of each year. And in January, I'll probably be offering another workshop, because I love being able to do this with you. And I love blending intuition and that tactical planner side of me. My brain is like totally not here. Anyways, we're going to bring these together, and I'm so excited. So let me know how it goes for you, what it brought up. And if any of the things that came out of it were like a little bit uncomfortable, just be gentle with yourself. It's 100% okay to be exactly where you're at right now. And let yourself also have fun with this process. Don't treat it as something to put pressure on yourself with, or find yourself on the slippery slope of comparisonitis. This is really about you against you. How do you make next year even better than the beautiful life that you have created today? That is it. I hope this finds you well, my darlings. I will talk to you soon. Take care.